Have you ever felt like your own mind is your biggest enemy? That no matter how much you try to focus on what's good, something inside you always finds a reason to believe things will fall apart. It's as if your thoughts were programmed to detect what could go wrong instead of what could go right. That voice in your head isn't imagination. It's the result of years of conditioning, repeated fears, and mental habits you never consciously chose. The truth is, your mind was never your enemy. It simply learned to survive in the only way it knew how. But let's be honest, how many times have you tried to think positive and ended up feeling like a liar to yourself? How many times have you repeated nice words, hoping they'd change your reality, only to see nothing change at all? Maybe you even asked yourself, what am I doing wrong? Why does my mind resist peace? The answer is simpler and deeper than you think. Thinking positive doesn't mean pretending everything's fine. It means learning to see clearly. Clarity, not blind optimism, is what builds true inner strength. Before we go on, I have a small request. If this message is already making you reflect, take a second to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it today. This space is about building stronger, calmer, and freer minds. Minds that work with you, not against you. Now, let's get to what no one tells you. The first truth is this: clarity always comes before hope. People confuse positive thinking with self-deception. They believe it's about smiling through the pain or convincing themselves everything will magically improve. That kind of thinking isn't strength, it's denial. Real positivity begins when you stop exaggerating the bad and stop ignoring the good. When you look at your reality without filters, no dramatization, no denial, you stop being powerless. You stop being a victim of circumstances and start being the author of your own reaction. The second truth: negativity isn't part of who you are. It's a mental habit. You weren't born pessimistic. You were born curious, open, willing to explore. But disappointment after disappointment, your brain started associating caution with safety. Over time, it learned that expecting the worst was the best way to protect you. Yet automatic doesn't mean permanent. The mind can be retrained. Each time you catch yourself thinking, this won't work, and you stop to ask, is that really true or is that fear talking? You're rewriting the script. That small pause between reaction and awareness is where transformation starts. Lesson 3. Replace judgment with curiosity. Judgment closes, curiosity opens. Judgment says, this is wrong, I failed again. Curiosity asks, what can I learn from this? That question changes everything. Because judgment traps you in a loop of guilt and fear, while curiosity gives you space to grow. When you're curious, you don't need to prove anything. You just need to understand. And from understanding comes progress, peace, and strength. Lesson 4 is one most people underestimate. The language you use with yourself builds your reality. Every word you repeat in silence becomes a message your subconscious believes. Telling yourself, I'm a failure, shapes your identity. Saying, I didn't get the result I wanted, describes the situation. One defines you, the other frees you. The difference might sound small, but it's everything. Your inner voice is the soundtrack of your life. It plays, even when no one else can hear it. If that voice is cruel, you'll spend your life defending yourself from your own mind. But if it's fair and compassionate, it becomes your most loyal ally. Changing that voice isn't about fake affirmations. It's about precision, truth, and respect for yourself. Lesson 5. Protect what enters your mind. Everything you consume, the news, conversations, social media, the people around you, leaves a trace. Your mind absorbs it all, even when you think it doesn't. If you surround yourself with complaints, your mind will adopt the tone of a complainer. If you spend your days listening to voices that only spread fear or negativity, they'll echo inside you. It's not about isolation, it's about discernment. You can't keep your thoughts clear if you feed them chaos. Choose what builds you. Listen to what elevates you. And when you can't change your environment, at least decide how much space it occupies inside you. Lesson 6 breaks one of the biggest misconceptions about positivity. Thinking positive is not about denying pain. Denial is a mask, and every mask eventually cracks. True optimism is looking straight at what hurts and still believing you can endure it. It's not about minimizing pain. It's about refusing to let pain become your identity. You can go through dark moments and still hold on to hope, not because you're naive, but because you've seen evidence your own that you've survived before. Real positive thinking isn't fantasy. It's remembering your strength even when everything else fades. Lesson 7. Stop chasing certainty in a world built on uncertainty. The need for guarantees paralyzes more dreams than failure ever could. You'll never have absolute control, never know exactly how things will end. Life is movement, and movement requires risk. The longer you wait for perfect conditions, the longer you postpone your life. True courage is walking without full visibility, trusting that you'll adapt, learn, and adjust. You don't need certainty to act. You need confidence in your ability to handle what comes next. That's real strength, not the absence of fear, but action despite it. Lesson 8. Turn complaints into action or acceptance. Complaining feels comforting because it gives the illusion of release, but it solves nothing. Every situation that frustrates you offers two and only two real paths: act or accept. If you can change it, act. If you can't, accept it. Anything in between is self-torture. Acceptance isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's freeing your energy from what you can't control and focusing it where it matters. And action doesn't mean perfection. Even one small step is enough to break the inertia. Every time you replace complaint with movement, you take back your power. And now we arrive at lesson 9, the one that ties them all together. Decide that your mind will no longer be your prison. Understanding isn't enough. You can know every concept in this video, agree with every word, and still wake up tomorrow trapped in the same loops of self-sabotage. Real change starts when you make a decision, not later, not when you feel ready, but now. Decide that your thoughts will no longer have the last word. Decide that your inner voice will become a source of guidance, not punishment. Decide that you'll fight for your peace with the same intensity you've spent fighting yourself. Freedom begins inside. It's not about controlling every thought, it's about no longer being controlled by them. You'll still have bad days, you'll still fall into old patterns sometimes, but the difference is awareness. Every time you catch yourself and choose differently, you're reclaiming a piece of freedom. Progress isn't measured by perfection, it's measured by direction. And if your direction is toward clarity, then every imperfect step still counts. Thinking positive isn't about ignoring the chaos, it's about walking through it with consciousness. It's seeing the pain without letting it erase what's still beautiful. It's remembering that uncertainty doesn't mean doom, it means possibility. The power to change your life isn't out there waiting for you. It's already inside, waiting for you to stop believing the lies your fear tells. If these words resonated with you, don't keep them to yourself. Leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to take their power back. Because at the end of the day, it's not the world that has to change, it's the way you see it. And once your mind becomes clear, life starts aligning with the version of you that was always meant to be free.